Hello, everybody. It is a Friday afternoon on the East Coast, Friday morning on the West Coast.
Morning.
Well, it's different times everywhere, I guess, in the world. But anyway, that means it's time for Boss Rush as we clumsily fumble our way right into the opening.
I missed the music. Now I can't. I have to make my own music on this side. dude,
Yes.
dude.
Oh, let me see. Let's see. Do we have that there? Oh, there we go.
Thank you.
There's the music.
Okay.
I
Now it's
decided
Friday.
not to go ahead and blast out my my co-host's ears with that music as we start. But you all get to listen to dulcet tones. Of Waterflame's music, which is just fantastic. Definitely go check out Waterflame, the artist here, on his YouTube channel. It's amazing. He's just does incredible stuff. And so that is, I'll let that, I'll just keep that nice and low down here on the, I'll keep that nice and low down here on the
Low
back channel.
Low.
Anyway, my name's Chris Molosinos. I'm the principal evangelist for video games over here at AWS. And with me today, we have...
Hey, good morning. It's Mark DeLaura. I am currently the Exec Director of Growth and Innovation for GDC and a longtime games and learning developer.
Yeah. Also,
Good morning.
the editor and creator of the Game Programming Gem series of books. So we probably haven't discussed here. If you know anybody that has books, those are these things made from dead trees,
Paper.
and they're really heavy.
Yeah.
You can prop up a table, or you can learn from them with it.
No, I have scoliosis. Maybe carry it around too many
Carting
books.
around a whole big bag of them to like different conventions. And
Every
stuff.
class. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I know. I got you.
Yep. Back in the day.
But so
How are you, buddy?
If you had any, any game developer friends or been inside a game, so you've seen Mark's books up on those shelves. So
Back in the day.
Thanks, day. How are you today, my friend?
I'm hanging in. We're still going through the adventure of life here in Seattle, sorting through all sorts of financials and things for my relative who passed away.
Yes.
So that's not super fun. But it's Friday.
And we get to spend some time together, and we get to spend some time with, with our friends here that are now joining the live stream. Go ahead, and if people could go ahead and repost this stuff to their walls, that would be great. I'm just going to tell you good morning.
Good morning. We never post the audio of this, do we? Like podcast style.
So we haven't yet. So there's a couple. Yes, there's a couple things. We should also mention too. Dean Takahashi is traveling back from Gamescom. And unfortunately, they lost his luggage when he got there, and I believe he has been there the entire week without his luggage. So that happened to me at my first Gamescom as well. And but it forced me to go buy some really nice shirts from Germany, and I get compliments on them to this day. Of where did you find that? I'm like, can't even tell you.
Well, you used to be able to get T-shirts for free at the conferences, but not anymore. No. And maybe underwear. I remember underwear.
Underwear's the big one. Like that's maybe for you all.
Maybe.
And good morning to everybody jumping in. Once again, if you're just joining us now, please go ahead and repost that we are live here and to your walls. We get more and more people joining. We have a lot of fun talking about video games and all that stuff. And then Susan is still away, but she just messaged us this morning and said that she will be back next week. So we're looking forward to having her back on the live stream. So now, with regard to pushing these out to non-video formats, yes, I'm exploring that. There's a couple things I need to set up. I also started a new podcast with Larry Herb called Professional Doppelgamers. We're still trying to figure out a schedule where, he's on the West Coast, I'm on the East Coast, that we can align to do these. We wanted to do it weekly. It looks like we're going to do it bi-weekly now, just to keep it going. But I'm in the process of setting up a server and getting all that stuff done so we can post all of this and get them out to all of the different feeds. The good thing is that when we make the audio versions of all of this, we're going to have like 70 episodes right there at the jump. Right?
Is that good?
Great.
I don't know.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Here we presented so we can go back and hear all of our fumbling and mumbling as we started this.
One thing I miss on the internet is not enough content.
Yeah, that's very, very true. Very, very true.
What are you drinking?
I am drinking vodka, water. Just water.
Sorry, I was flashing back to another podcast I listened to where the first thing they do is talk about the wine they're drinking while they do the show, which it's not a terrible idea.
It is not.
It is morning here. So
well,
it's tea.
Yeah, and it is the mid-afternoon, but we did have the opportunity to have some wine and during our one evening episode we did from GDC, but being the professional that I am, I told everybody no drinking on camera, and everybody in the room could drink, and they were.
Yeah, everybody did all the drinking off camera beforehand instead.
Yeah, exactly. And if you go back and look at that one, which is one of my favorite ones of all time because it was nothing but chaos, it was great.
It was great. I'm going to reach over and close my door.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. We have a bunch of people jumping here. Hey, Rick Neal, how are you, buddy? Yo, we have Rick joining us. Why is it always so hard to find this on LinkedIn? Just set yourself a reminder to go to my page every Friday.
Go to MySpace?
That'll be the first. Yes, MySpace. Welcome to MySpace. I'm starting up. I'm basically, I'm on MySpace, and you can donate beans to me so I can go purchase. Do you remember beans?
I don't remember beans.
I think it was BEANZ, which was like a digital currency. And I think Whoopi Goldberg was involved in it or something. Like, yeah, it was ridiculous. The web was just stupid back in the 90s.
One thing I am enjoying about going through my my relatives' things is finding all of the CompuServe magazines, which I forwarded you a picture of. There was an article about MySpace and what are your kids doing on the internet from like 1997.
Yeah, well, a couple of weeks ago, I did a post on LinkedIn that said some comfort food for me is going back and looking at all of that stuff, right? Oh, yeah. Rick Neal said, I can't find you on Friendster either. You know,
Friendster.
Terrible. Nice. Or, you ready for a deep cut? Orkut. Orkut.
Oh.
How about that? Oof. When we talk about game history and technology history, folks, I should be a primary source for any of you looking for that stuff because I remember the most dumb esoteric nonsense. But
wait. Emerald Sea?
Yes, and there.com.
Ooh.
There.com. Yes, yep. yes. Anyway, I had done a post a couple of weeks ago saying some comfort food for me is watching these horrible tech videos from like the 80s and 90s that companies would produce. I went through and I found like 15 of my favorites and just stacked them up in a post. And it was everything from, what was it? I think it was Windows 386. And it was this woman doing a report and she's rapping along to it. And it is so horribly amazing. Like you will just, it's a great, every time something cringy happens, just drink and you will be just knocked out within the first 15 minutes of those videos. They're fantastic. Old Nintendo, like store or service center training videos, McDonald's training videos with Michael Jordan, all of them are there and they're so good. The best one was the Kid's Guide to the Internet. Fantastic. Ooh. I mean, it was this, waspy 4-person household, nuclear family with a dog, type of thing, just going, boy, Johnny sure likes playing those sports, and Kimberly sure loves knitting those clothes, and here's the internet. And you're just like, what? It's terrible.
That sounds great.
It's so great. Oh my goodness. All right, we should probably jump into some news then.
Well, I'm so bummed I'm not at DevCom. I mean, DevCom, at Gamescom.
Yeah, DevCom, Gamescom, all the comms. I agree. But we're here coming to you on a .com. LinkedIn.com.
A lot of comms. But it sounds like DevCom attendance went up this year, 6%. It says. And they're renaming it to, what was it?
I didn't see that.
Developer, Gamescom Dev. DevCom Developer Conference renaming to Gamescom Dev. They're just aligning with Gamescom since they're affiliated with Gamescom, which Seems reasonable.
Yeah. See,
You're
it
like,
seems
I don't
reasonable.
know.
Seems
Yeah,
reasonable. That's the
yeah,
operative word, seems. Um, yeah, it sounds a little clunkier. I mean,
yeah,
Gamescom, one word.
yeah.
DevCom, one
DevCom.
word, right?
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Gamecom Dev. Yeah.
Yeah. Or it could have been DevCom powered by Gamescom. And then, then you're really leaning into technology marketing of the 90s.
Uh,
Yeah.
we should come up with a list of better, worse names.
Yeah, pitch them out. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Maybe even go ahead and take a vote with everybody there. So, but yeah, I think Jeff Keighley's event that he had done there, I think he said the viewership was up like 60% or something
Oh,
like that.
really?
Yeah, some big number over
Oh,
there. So really fantastic that we have, a professional like Jeff and, somebody
yeah.
who really cares about this space and has really built a wonderful brand for everybody, right? To kind of rally around, and just he continues to build that stuff out.
As you say that, my first thought was, well, of course. But then my second thought was like, wait, I remember all of the terrible hosts we've had over the years on like award shows. And I'm like, yeah, you don't know anything about games and you're trying to read that off the teleprompter. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's just hilarious. So yeah, thanks
Yeah.
to
No, I completely get that.
yeah,
Who was it? Oh my goodness.
thinking about dice.
Kennedy. What was
No.
it?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, the thing was, look, a lot of these folks that had nothing to do with games, they basically took the paycheck, right, and
Yeah.
went in and Jamie Kennedy is who I was thinking of. They took the paycheck, they went in and did this stuff, and then part of their shtick was, well, let's denigrate the games industry and
Right.
gamers, right? And it's
Right.
like, and I just went ahead and hit the button on my chair that made me just drop to the
Whoop.
floor. I needed a sound effect for that.
Wah, bah, bah, bah. Yeah, there was a guy at Dice for years who, for the first few years he did it, I thought he was hilarious, and then he started making fun of the Japanese developers who, from Nintendo,
Yeah.
who were sponsoring the show, which seemed like a bad play.
I agree. I completely agree. Um,
Oh, well.
yeah, but yeah, I mean, again, having somebody like Jeff who not only understands this but
Yep.
loves games,
Yeah.
right? Really awesome. So congratulations to him, and continuing to represent, the games industry for us. So
Yeah.
but there was a bunch of news that was coming out of Gamescom. Of course, if there are other pieces of news that you want us to discuss or comments or whatever, please go ahead and just pop them into the chat. Matt Anderson said Paul McCartney comes to mind. I don't remember Paul McCartney doing any.
Oh Lord. I don't either, but oh no.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go look.
He's like, where's the Pong game that I grew up playing? Or, the worst one was Mr. Caffeine. Do you remember this guy? Oh
Don't.
no. If anybody
Maybe I'm blacking
remembers him, and he would literally say, like, let's step back in time and go doodaloo, doodaloo, doo. And I'm like, oh, you're doing a Wayne's World thing?
Wayne's World thing.
I was like, terrible. Rock Band is something. Oh, you know what? There was one unfortunate one.
Oh.
And I felt really, really bad for the developer or the personality that was on stage. But you remember Wii Music?
Mm-hmm.
And when they announced, and the guy that was air drumming on stage, and the poor guy just got, pulled apart by the internet, which really wasn't fair. But these are the growing pains, right, of a medium like this. But anyway.
Yep. The stories we've got. Yeah. The first Xbox press conference at E3 leaps to mind as being another one.
Which one? The Xbox and ROG Ally? Yeah.
No. Oh yeah. No, let's jump to that. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. I saw Sarah Bond at in front of the booth at Gamescom, and it looks like it was some big old gigantic Ally mock-ups, which are pretty awesome. I don't know who's going to take those home, but somebody should.
I'll take one. I will go in and build furniture around it, no problem.
Right. So tell me more about this Ally thing, because my understanding is that this is equivalent basically to the PlayStation Portal, or is it not?
It is not. It is basically the ROG Ally, which was a handheld PC very high performance. That was really a competitor to Steam Deck, right? In these things. But what they've done now with the Xbox Ally version is they have kind of molded into the casing the Xbox style grips, right? Which, to be fair, is just an incredible controller. I mean, it's still, for so many people, still like the go-to controller, just the way the grips are formed and everything. And then they have a Windows front end that strips away all the Windows pieces and really has an Xbox focus, and a dedicated Xbox home button on there that brings you into that Xbox experience. So they took a product that was already being developed that is excellent, right, and already out there, and just wrapped it with the Xbox framework, the grips, and the way to jump right in, really making it, their own version of it, a specialized version of it. And there are two different versions, the Ally and Ally X. The Ally X obviously being much more performant and capable, right, as a platform. Not that the other one isn't. It's just that this is basically the top end of the spectrum there. So they had announced this a little while ago. Huh?
Yeah. So so you're saying it's like a Steam Deck, but
Yep.
they're not doing in terms of it being a dedicated platform that things run on instead of streaming, but they're not doing a
It's both.
rollout of
It's both.
yeah,
So you could download basically Windows games onto that and play, or you
not
can
Xbox
stream your
games.
Xbox games to it.
Right.
Now, remember, so many of the Xbox games are Windows games now, right? So they really are just kind of melding those things. And look, rather than build a handheld, they went to one of the most capable and best, handhelds in that space out in the market and made the Xbox.
Partnered up with them pretty tightly. I think the thing that I'm just like contemplating about is that it doesn't seem like they've done a dedicated portfolio for games for the handheld.
No.
I've heard of, which I'm surprised by.
Well, that it is surprising, right, to take full advantage of the mobility of a console. But this is, you can hook a keyboard to it and plug it into a monitor, and basically you have a full-on capable gaming PC, right, in your hands, and off you go. It'll be interesting to see, though, if they do have some games that are specifically catered to, right, that form factor.
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch. I'm excited that they're launching it.
Yeah,
I'm surprised that they've tightened the branding like this so that it's both ROG and Xbox. And it's like, whoa, Xbox, that's some flexibility.
Yeah,
I'm like, you're really like partnering hard. That's great. Maybe we'll see more of that.
Yep, absolutely. And look, one can speculate about what they're doing, what their future plan is going to be. We don't have any inside information about any of that stuff. But if I'm looking at objectively from the outside, when you spend $68 billion on game and software companies and those acquisitions, it changes the way I think you think a bit about hardware and think a bit about where you're going to place all of that content, right?
Well, I just saw a picture of Hollow Knight running on it. Now I have to buy one.
We're going to talk about that in a minute here too. You know what? Then let's not go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead, not in just a minute. Let's go ahead and jump in to that right now. GamesIndustry.biz, Hollow Knight Silk Song, right?
Yeah.
To release on September 4th.
Oh man!
Now, did you play
September 4th? Oh,
yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I didn't play a ton of Hollow Knight, but my brother played it endlessly, so I saw it a lot.
So you don't remember? I mean, you didn't play?
I played it some. It wasn't like something that I played for.
Yeah. For me, it was kind of the same thing. Like, I appreciated it, I liked it, but for me, it just wasn't enough to keep me going in the game. You know, but I am so glad that we're going to see Silk Song come out. People have been waiting this for 7 years. It's taken to develop this game.
Oh man! And
one of the comments that I heard was that the developer, it took so long because they were just having fun. One of the comments that came out there.
That's a good,
right?
That sounds good to me. I mean, yeah.
It says you're always working on a new idea, new area, new boss. That stuff's so nice. Just for the sake of completing the game, we're stopping. We could have kept it going, right? Which, that's always one of the big problems is where do you stop?
You're like, wait, we have to ship a product. At some point, we should stop and ship. And then fix all the bugs and like do all the TCRs and TRCs.
Yes. Don't let good enough be the enemy, or don't let perfection be the enemy of good enough, right?
Yeah, well, you got to share that amazing thing you're making with the rest of the world because they love it too. So get it out there. I'm excited. Oh man,
I'm just checking my levels here to make sure that people can hear that coming out there. Anyway, yeah. So Hollow Knight Silksong that's going to be releasing finally. So people are super excited. I'm sure this is going to be huge at PAX coming up, right?
PAX is coming up.
Yeah, PAX
here in Seattle.
PAX is coming up next weekend, right?
Yeah, next weekend. And Slice, the Seattle Indies game conference, is going to be there. And Six, the Seattle Indies Expo, is alongside PAX. And GamesBeat Engage. So Dean is going to be here interviewing Ed Freeze one evening, which will be super awesome. Can't wait for that. There's lots and lots of stuff going on here.
Yeah, there is a ton of stuff going on. Well, speaking of ton of stuff going on, let's also go and take a look at this article here, this story here. The PlayStation 5 prices are going to be increasing in the U.S.
Where's your wah-wah sound?
Exactly. Yeah, where's my... yeah, unfortunately, right? I think the ripple effect of tariffs and supply chain issues and things like that. Obviously, Sony's not the only one, right? We saw Nintendo also had price increase on the OLED version of the Switch and then future versions of Switch 2.
Yep.
So it's increasing by $50, right? Which... I mean, it's not something we would typically see 5 years into the life cycle of a console, but with the market conditions, that's
it's just in the U.S., right? I don't think I saw news about it going up elsewhere.
Correct, in the U.S.
So that seems to imply that it's tariffs mostly.
Also, our friend Rick Neal said, don't forget to catch Rick Neal Wednesday at 11:30 at Slice. Yes.
Heck yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Got a panel.
Very much so.
Rick Neal speak for a long time. It's going to be fun. Rick Neal.
Yeah, that's right. And for me, I would love to have been there. Unfortunately, I am not able to get out to Seattle for all of this.
Where all the cool kids are.
I know. Okay. Stop it. Stop it.
Come later.
Very clever. Okay. So anyway, so unfortunately, we are seeing a bit of a price hike there. Unfortunately, fortunately, it's $50. It's the price of a game. But
it's good news for all of you who are selling your PS5s on eBay. You probably get $50 more out of it than you did before.
Yeah, perhaps. Yes.
So you can upgrade to the PS5 Pro and spend the $50 that you just made. Damn it.
I'm sorry, Mark. I got distracted here because another one of our friends, Bill Young, just entered the chat and said, Rick Neal, I'm hearing good things, right? So, so that gets you an RJ Michael laugh.
Oh, nice.
I in the game night that I run, RJ came in and Rick Neal says, Bill Young, let me tell you something. You get another one of those. I was able to isolate a bunch of RJ Michael's audio and then create some sound effects out of it. And including this one, which is one of my favorites. Let's see.
That's just wonderful.
That's definitely RJ.
I love RJ so much. One of my favorite people in the world, not just in the industry. But anyway, so unfortunately, we're seeing some of that impact, right? The economic impact right now with the tariffs and everything. And the thing is, even when those get stopped, right, people have to remember there's a ripple effect, right? A knock-on effect that happens that takes a little time to work its way back out of supply chain, distribution chains, those sorts of things, right?
Yippers.
All right. So let's go ahead and move on. So this one I thought was really interesting. Well, I think all of these articles are interesting because we only pick the most interesting.
All of my children are the same. Yeah,
that's right.
Everyone's equally valuable.
Was this one? 90% of game devs are using AI in workflows.
Games devs? What the hell is games devs?
Yep. So
come on, editor.
Yeah. So and Dean, you should know better.
I like that one too. Oh, you're full of good sound effects today.
I do, yes.
Well, excuse me.
That's right.
90% of kids, yeah. Well, yeah, of course this is true. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, yes, it doesn't mean that it's replacing people. It means that they're learning how to use these tools, right? To,
Yep. It means
um,
developers are great at using new tools, always has been, always have been, and will continue to be, because
yep,
making games is hard. So if you can make it easier,
that's right.
find a way to do that.
Yeah. And our good friend Rick Neal, that's what his company is doing too, right? It's learning is helping developers use those tools and using those types of tools to help create games, right? Not replacing people in the creative process. It's accelerating them, right? The survey is conducted by the Harris Poll on behalf of Google Cloud from June 20th to July 9th, 2025. 615 adults working in game development across the United States, South Korea, Finland, Norway, and Sweden. The sampling precision of the study is accurate to within 3.9 percentage points using 95% confidence level. Survey respondents primarily represent developers for large-scale studios, and a vast majority work at companies with 500 or more employees. And then they talk about what they're doing, right? 87% are using agents for some of their work, 47% for AI-driven gameplay testing. Great, right? To get variance in that testing. AI-assisted localization and translation of game content. Great, right? But also remember, translation is not localization. Those are very different things, right? And the localization part is really where humans in the loop have to be, because those are social norms and, right, country requirements. And so there's all of those things in there.
You
right?
want to know more about that? You should call Kate Edwards.
Yes, 100%. Kate Edwards, who we are exchanging some messages, and I'm going to hopefully be interviewing her on the Game Industry Legends series in the not too distant future here. She's absolutely amazing. I think she's worked on more than 200 games or something like that. Yeah, she's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Anyway, so really, really cool. And as Rick said here in the chat, you still have to make a fun game, right? The tools don't make it fun.
Yeah, right. That's the goal.
Yes.
Ultimately, that's the hard part.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. Okay. What news has
Did you see
moved across your brain pan today?
Pete Parsons is leaving Bungie. That was a
Mhm.
surprise. He's been there, it seems like forever, but it hasn't been forever. It's been a long time. 10 years, maybe? Bungie here in Seattle. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a long article. I found this one on gamesindustry.biz.
Yep.
Talking about the waves of experience they've had at the company, ups and downs and lefts and rights, and
stand up, sit down, fights.
Yeah, all that. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I'm just impressed by a leader who stays that long and endures that level of criticism for such a long period of time. It's impressive to me, and to see somebody who's able to lead the company that long.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Pete on his long tenure, and whatever he's got planned next, whether that's, kicking back and having a Corona, which seems unlikely, or starting a new game company. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, hopefully bringing that expertise, that leadership, right, back into the game space, just in a different capacity. And that's the thing, right? It's easy to lead when things are going well, right?
Yeah, right.
It's very difficult to be a leader when, things go awry. And Pete, as you mentioned, stuck it out and helped through the company and the organization through some tumultuous periods, right? For the studio. So
taking the arrows. Yep. Yeah, so that one popped out. The other one, given who I am, that popped out was the state of Louisiana is suing Roblox.
What?
That was my reaction. Actually, there was a little more profanity in it, maybe. State of Louisiana is suing Roblox, claiming the company's platform facilitates the distribution of child sexual abuse material and the sexual exploitation of Louisiana's children. There it is.
Okay. Yeah, I've not even seen that article pop up there. Roblox responds to Louisiana AG lawsuit, which is they do not respond on pending litigation. However, the company would like to add erroneous claims and misconceptions about our platform, our commitment to safety, and our overall safety track record. Right. So there is a statement there from Roblox on their website, so you can go there and read what they have to say. I think this correct me if I'm wrong, but this also leans into a discussion that was also up on GameIndustry.biz about a new culture war coming. Right, like the reinvigoration of the culture. Any of you that were through the early days of the Jack Thompson culture war stuff, right?
Just nonstop wars here now in the
in
U.S. over everything.
Exactly. You know, I won't comment on these, but there's a lot of information out that you can read about all of that stuff, right?
And read all of this stuff with a critical mind.
Yes.
Everybody who writes articles has a perspective. Never forget that.
That's check your bias all the time. Check your biases, right?
Your bias. Yeah. But anyway, interesting news. I will stay tuned on that one.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
What else you got?
So I've got, so Gamescom was happening this week. And yes, there's a bunch of different articles online about all the great stuff that's happening and all the new stuff. But of course, now being who I am, I go back to the retro stuff, right? One of the coolest things that I cannot wait for is look at this. Yeah. The Vectrex Mini is coming out. Yes. I'm so freaking happy about this. I'm just going to play all the sounds at the same time.
All once. Oh, does it take your phone? It looks like a phone.
Yes. Now, well, it did in there, but what they're saying in this in this article here, and I'm trying to scroll OBS instead of the actual browser, was that I believe it's going to be. Here we go. The new device uses wireless controls, looks rather small on the small side, and uses an AMOLED panel to simulate the look of a monochrome CRT monitor.
Wow.
And I believe, let's just take a look. I believe they even have, ooh, look at that. Oh, it looks so good. And they have overlays, physical overlays that you put onto the screen, just like you did in the original Vectrex. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
Bring that to GDC this coming year, let me tell you. Oh, they were showing it at Gamescom. What?
Yes, yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's where they were showing it. It was at Gamescom. So there were originals, and then look at the Mini next to it. I mean, come on.
So
be still my heart.
That looks super fun.
Right. So now the question is, of course, I'm going to have to jump in and back this, right? It's going to be, a Kickstarter as well. But now, do I 3D print my own before all of this comes out?
Is that a question?
Or do I just wait?
What else is your 3D printer doing? I know it's been busy lately, but it's bored right now, right?
It needs a break. I just got done, as Mark has seen, I've 3D printed like a 2-foot by 3-foot Star Destroyer that I'm going to be using to make a Star Wars battle scene hanging from one of the ceilings in one of the rooms in my house.
I love it.
I haven't told my wife this yet, though. So, and she doesn't watch the live stream anyway. So I think I'm in the clear on that.
We're gonna swear everybody on here to secrecy, all right?
Exactly. We're all under our friend DA now. Nobody say anything.
Exactly. That's awesome. But 3D print it. Yeah.
And then again from Gamescom, a full-size Amiga 1200 remake is hiding out at Gamescom and could solve my retro microcomputer woes. What? So this is coming from Retro Games Limited, which had done the Commodore 64 and the Amiga Minis, the Atari 400 Minis, all that stuff. They do a great job with this. I believe they are still coming out with the VIC-20 Mini, which I have to get my hands on because that was my first machine. But now they're saying, how do we go and put all of that into a full-size case with a working keyboard and everything else, and that can take peripherals. So original peripherals will work with it, all that stuff. So, they started to put that out there. So yes. Oh my goodness gracious!
I lusted after a 1200 for so many years.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you can see that this one is 3D printed, right?
It looks like they model it. It's like stuck Play-Doh to the side of the original. Like cast it from the silicon molds.
That's right. So yes, another wonderful retro system tidbit from there. And then retro games, of course, and remakes were in no short supply. Another big one was Bubsy in the Perfect Collection by our good friends over at Atari and Digital
really?
Eclipse.
Oh.
Yes, this is Mike and
nice.
that whole crew there, Tom Russo, Chris Kohler, the whole team over there doing this. A Bubsy collection, what could possibly go wrong? So they're leaning into it, right? Including the PlayStation 1 version of it, Bubsy was it Bubsy 3D? And like, it was Bubsy 3D, and I forget which one was like the Fractured Furry collection or something like that. And so, yeah, let's see. Are you feline nostalgic? Uh-huh. Look at all of these. Right, that will be coming out in the collection.
Yep, that looks great.
And yeah, so while we discuss that, let me go ahead and find where is it here? Yeah, there we go. Here's a little taste of it. Now, one of the things they do extraordinarily well, including like putting the channel numbers like on old CRT, they're going to have clips from the cartoon, from all the different background and source materials, all of these different pieces. This is where they really lean into their expertise as historians, as preservationists, right? They don't just re-release an old game. They make sure you have all the context in which the game was released and announced. And look how great all that's going to be.
Oh.
I love it. I love it so damn much. Game borders, save states and rewind, all that stuff. Right? Look at that. Oh my goodness. Bubsy 3 refurbished edition, FUR.
Oh, nice.
Concept art. And of course, interviews with people that created the games, right? Which is just amazing. There you go. The original TV pilot, all the manuals, everything in one package. It's the Bobcat's whiskers. So yeah, I can't wait. I cannot wait. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that is the Bubsy collection that's going to be coming out. And then they've got one more collection they were showing off, to the Mortal Kombat Legacy collection.
Nice.
$150 for the collector's edition, but that includes everything. The collector's box, the Goro statue, the hardcover art book, different pins and all that other kind of stuff. And here it is. So they are re-releasing all of these in one collection.
20s. What kind of video game are they going to make?
Does it come with Joseph Lieberman?
Say again?
Does it come with Joseph Lieberman? Or who else was it that was going on about this? I forget.
Oh yeah, so
maybe I don't know.
Well, there was a video that was done back when we launched the Art of Video Games called "How Washington Learned to Love Video Games," and it featured the exhibition that we did there as like, you know, this is bringing video games to Washington in this new sort of way. But then they did go back and they pulled up footage from the congressional hearings in the body of that piece that was done, including, I forget the name of the woman who was leading like the parental group, or like, this is poisoning our kids' minds and kind of all of this stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, they leaned to not just Mortal Kombat, but remember, it was also Night Trap. That was the big one. Right. That really got them there. And so how did Nintendo go ahead and get around this? Oh, well, their blood was sweat. It was gray, so it wasn't red. But then, of course, they came with the second version, and all the blood was in there. Right? But yeah. So, you know, this is what's so wonderful about that team over there at Atari is I trust that organization more than any others to bring this type of experience back to us, right?
Yeah.
Because this is what they do. It's where their heart is, and it's fantastic. So yeah, I think there's pre-orders up for all this stuff now, so I'll definitely be leaning in there too.
That's great.
Yeah. So congrats to them. And of course, they were showing off the new Atari 2600 Pac-Man edition there. So that's really cool. Yep. Oh, Ryan Hunt says toasty. Oh,
toasty.
Shoot. Oh, I didn't have my voice changer here. I need to put those in here too so I can get that toasty.
All I could think of when I saw that Atari 2600 Pac-Man edition is the sound. I can still hear the Pac-Man sound on that game. Bang, 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 bang,
Yes.
bang, bang,
Bark,
bang.
bark, 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 bark. And it would go, boom, 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 boom. See, look at that. Now you
Yeah.
have me doing these. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, why are we talking about this? And we're not doing this. There you go. There you go. That's how you do it, folks. That's how you do it.
Yay! I got one thing I'm staring at here, and I've been meaning to look at more. And we do have Rick Neal maybe still here on
Ooh, we probably
the comment
do.
thread. So he might have some thoughts. As ChatGPT 5 launched,
Yes.
and then Chinese AI startup DeepSeek launched DeepSeek 3.1, open source, push to Hugging Face, 685 billion parameters, which I will never ever run on this PC, but I wish I could. And it's supposedly just as performant as ChatGPT 5, and was trained with a vastly smaller period of time. This claims, let's see, editing it is 1% more than Claude Opus 4, 68 times cheaper. Results comparable to systems costing nearly $70 per equivalent workload, but for DeepSeek, it's $1. There's a bunch of info here. I need to dig through it. But I use ChatGPT for pretty much everything I do, just as my default. I go to ChatGPT for things, but I get really excited about upstart models that are open source.
Yeah.
The idea that at some point I'm going to be able to run that in this machine. And so, as usual, I've been looking at some of the smaller models lately and just trying to understand, what can I run here? What can I fine tune here? But if Rick's still here, I wonder if he has thoughts. Maybe
Rick said that he just lost connection and just got it back. And I do have to, I shouldn't be apologizing for this, but I'm sorry that people have trouble with this. I was watching another live stream on LinkedIn earlier today. Same problem. So it has to be on LinkedIn side. I just wish we could get everybody here kind of moving over to YouTube, where we also stream this, or to Twitch. And maybe I'll have to just fire that up and just start saying, hey, here's the link, right? Start moving over there.
Just post the link. Yeah, it's a good place for discoverability for businessy things, LinkedIn, but the actual infrastructure doesn't seem to be as strong.
Yeah. Yeah. But Rick said he does. So what do you
like it?
Yeah. So he said he does. He likes it. Yeah. We also need to figure out how we can go ahead and set up the ability of people just to jump in through voice and be able to be part of the conversation here. But we'll get this stuff ironed out.
I like that. It was one of the nice things about Twitter. One of the few things.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So we need. Oh, what was it? It just reminded me, we need, a combination platform that can allow us that kind of flexibility without having to kind of stitch it together ourselves. And then I saw a clip with, oh my goodness, what's her name? Leslie Jones and Drew Barrymore. And Drew Barrymore was talking about the fact that she was in she tried some dating apps, and Leslie Jones was like, no, they just need to take all of them and roll them into one app and just call it What's Left.
Nice.
Yes.
And somebody immediately went and registered that domain name. What's
left? Oh my goodness. Rick said, I think we should all plan on AI being part of our new game making process. Yeah. I mean, look, these tools are going to be there, and if they can help you. Yeah. Rick said Discord. Yes, we could also set up a Discord. The question is, getting people from LinkedIn, where they are doing their professional work on the daily, then to jump into Discord while they're at work and things like that, right? LinkedIn, we can kind of do that on the sly. So we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
I don't know about you, but I've got Slack and Discord overload these days. I'm thinking of getting rid of a bunch of stuff. I just, there's let's see, I've got 15 things in Slack channels that I follow, maybe 20 in Discord. Realistically, I follow maybe 2 or 3.
Because why? Why does that happen? Because you're like, oh, I've joined this server, and yes, I would love to get more information.
Yeah,
and then you never go back to it, right?
No, never go back.
I know.
It just hangs out. Yep. Just like the rest of my house. Wow, that would be awesome. I should get that. And then
I know. And in fact, I'm firing up Discord right now just to see how many messages I have that I've not responded to across all these different servers that I'm on. It's a little crazy. It's a little crazy. Yeah, let's see. What does it say? Oh my God. There's at least 85 messages in here not engaged in. Literally.
Oh
boy.
no.
All right. Yeah, I can't
Yep.
get preoccupied with that.
Overload.
So I did have something I would love to share with our family here, our games
Yeah.
family. There is a young gentleman that I met at GDC a couple of years ago. His name is Ace. And he had approached me after I'd done a fireside chat with one of the leaders that had done Marvel Snap. And we were talking about how they stood up on AWS and all this other stuff. And so he had talked about starting a company. He had been working the idea for a while to create a collectible card game, right? That is based on hip hop, where you're battling other hip hop crews and artists with your cards. And I'm like, sold, absolutely sold on the idea. He was like, I'm just starting to learn about game development and infrastructure and how do we set these things up? And so we talked for a little while, and I, advised him that what I would do is not focus there first. Focus on your core game, like you get that all locked down.
Yep.
And they've launched the game.
Nice.
And it's called 5 Mics, and it is a hip hop trading game, a card game. He has a Kickstarter going up right now. There's Ace right there.
Nice.
And it looks amazing. I backed it as well, so I'm going to get my deck and a play mat and everything else in there. But what also surprised me is that they created a version of it in Unity that you can go online in the browser and play the game now to learn how to go in and play. And they are playing the game at 5 p.m. Onward every day. So people can get in with the designers of the game and go ahead and just play, right? So
that's very cool.
Right. I am so happy for him because he had this idea around something that was a fresh take on that genre, something that speaks, I think, culturally to different people that may not have ever considered, CCGs or things like that. Oh, I mean, there obviously there's a lot of overlap, right?
Yeah.
But the fact that he did it and he got this out there, right? And he's raising the funds and he's doing stuff is amazing. So go ahead and check out 5 Mics, FIVEMICS.io. Back this young man's project because he is so passionate about it. He's just such a lovely, nice guy. And he had an idea that he was able to bring out to the world. And I freaking love that. So I'm a huge fan of Aces. And I can't wait to get my card set and find some other 5 Mics players and start playing.
That's super awesome.
Yeah, really, really cool. And the fact that he surprised me by also having a version done digitally was really, really awesome. Really,
you knew
really
you were going to say, like, where's your HTML5 game?
Well, they're using Unity in a browser, right?
Yeah,
so there's your HTML5 game. Yes. Yeah, we did it. Congratulations, you did it. Oh, you brought in all that HTML5. Oh, we have some. Oh, who's this?
Yes.
Congratulations. That's right. Oh my goodness. All right, I do have one other thing that popped out of. I've got 2 things left to share, right? That I had on deck. See how I did that? On deck to share. Another one came out of Gamescom, and I'm still trying to figure it out. It is Hyundai Motor brings retro arcade fun with Instaroid concept car to Gamescom 2025. So Hyundai Motors makes Gamescom debut with Instaroid retro arcade game, blending vintage gaming with automotive innovation. Interactive booth in Gamescom retro and family area showcases Instaroid concept car and arcade game, offering immersive and unexpected experiences. Hyundai Motors aims to connect with younger audiences, expand its digital storytelling through gaming, and reinforce its leadership in the global EV market through the Insta model's success. So I think I think what this is, I would love anyone that was at Gamescom to correct me if I'm wrong here, was they took one of the cars, kind of detailed it like this retro themed type of thing, and then just made a couple of retro style arcade games and had them in the booth. So it's, I think, leaning into, the popularity of games, but it's not really a game car, if that makes sense. Like,
it's cool as hell. I don't quite know what to make of it either. I'm looking at the Hyundai site.
right. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, let's see. But actually, let me see if we can open that image in a new yeah, no, of course not. Why would it let me go and see it? There we go. Yeah.
You know what I do know is they need to come to GDC. I know that.
They do. Also,
somebody call these people.
Also, if they need some advice on how to go to make those arcade cabs look better, we can help.
Oh, I know who they could call. I know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
You.
Oh, yes. Exactly. You can get on my calendar. That's great.
Right. I hit my Calendly and
like that. Or I thought you were going to say our good friend Van Burnham. Like Van would be perfect, right? To be able to help and give some advice there for sure. Before I jump into my last thing, what other news do you have to share today, Mark?
Well, the only other thing that I got popping up is the nerdy stuff, like Pixel 10 and the Pixel Watch 4. I think it's 4. And the reason I saw that is because I'm wearing the Pixel Watch 3, and I was like, "There's a 4? I must check this out." And I may need to upgrade, but I don't know why. But I might have to because it's a bigger number.
That's right. Therefore, it has more pixels in it.
It has more of the things. But I really like the Pixel phones. I don't use a Pixel phone. I have a Samsung Galaxy. And I've been a Galaxy person for a long, long time.
Oh, I know.
You love the Pixels. I do love the Pixels too. So yeah, I have to admit though, I don't know why to upgrade a phone anymore. You know, the curve has kind of gone whoop and flattened out a little bit, and I want to upgrade it. I want to upgrade my watch just because. But what's it gonna do for me?
Yeah, no, I understand that. I mean, I'm in the Apple ecosystem, so I've got my Apple Watch here, but of course I have my own wallpapers there, like the Donkey Kong wallpapers and Pac-Man wallpapers, which then, again, my wife's just like, come on, man. Like, do you need to have Donkey Kong show up every time? But we were at dinner in New York visiting one of my kids, and at the restaurant, the waiter walks up and goes, "Oh, that is a great watch face." I was like, "Yeah,
that's awesome." You're reminding me that there's a bunch of PBS Kids watch faces I've been meaning to download. Like Dora the Explorer. I think my wife and Denali had one. I was like, "Oh, I got to do that. That sounds fun."
Yeah. But I'm kind of with you. It's like, I mean, I'm running, an iPhone 14 Pro. Yeah. And we were having a conversation at home. It's like, oh, what about the 16? It's like this does everything that I need it to do, know? And remember, for a long time, it was about, the cameras are just going to get better. LiDAR is going to be in there. And, you can do the photogrammetry stuff and all that other stuff. And you're like, and then I did it once, like mapped my basement. Then I went, oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Now what?
never touch it again.
Yeah, I think I lost some faith when I upgraded this phone. I have a S24, Galaxy S24. So I upgraded from the S22 to S24 specifically for the cameras.
Right.
And it turned out the cameras were worse.
Oh.
Because they had removed one of the optical sensors and replaced it with digital kind of mashup of the other sensors.
Oh, yeah.
And so it just doesn't, if we're taken from the same place, the same zoom level, you get a not quite as great picture.
Yeah.
Like, oh, all right then. Well,
you know what? Look, I still have an SLR, and people are like, oh, yeah, but the photos that you can take on these modern phones are so good. It's like,
yeah, but
it's not the same. People will be like, oh, you're being pedantic about it. It's it's like CDs versus wax. No. There's a physics component here that is undeniable.
Yeah, I mean, I will go on and on about people who are like, oh, you got to listen to that on the LP. I'm like, whatever. versus digital. But the camera is a different thing. It's a different monster.
I agree.
Like using a CCD that's like this big versus one that's this big naturally can be a little
Yes.
better.
Okay.
And the
Now,
glass and all the things.
but here's what I will say. I think is interesting about the argument of digital versus an LP. Right? Is
Yeah.
just like cartridge games, and one of the things that I've been seeing on YouTube and stuff are people that are trying to recreate the physical act of engaging with media. So somebody 3D printed this device where they then make these 3D printed cartridges of like a movie, like, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and it has a little RFID tag in it. But you have to walk up to the machine and actually like slot the thing, and you hear it like go clunk, clunk, and then it's pulling it off of his server and then playing it. And he's like, there's something different about the experience when you have that physical component there of having to physically get up and move that stuff. Hey, JP says, hello, Boss Rush All-Stars. Hey, thanks for joining. And I do think the LP versus digital has some truth to that, which is, when you put an LP down, you put a needle on it, you don't get up after that song, go, okay, now I'm going to jump 3 tracks in.
Yeah,
like
true.
You list it because there's a friction there. And so the experience of listening is different, even if the quality of it is different. It's all the friction in the act that makes it different, if that makes sense.
Yeah, of course.
So
I agree with all that. Yep. It's different. And there are pluses and minuses to that. And in a lot of cases, people just haven't experienced the differences. And it's interesting to experience them.
Yeah, I do remember, years ago, we 2 of my kids had gotten like record players for Christmas, right? One from her boyfriend, the other one was like, oh, I want one too. So, we got one. And I was like, and they were experiencing LPs for the first time. And I was like, okay, let's put this down here. Now watch this. And we turned the volume completely off. And I'm like, get close to it. Like, you can still hear it. I'm like, yes, this is how all of that works. They're just like, that's crazy. I'm like, it is. JP said, have you ever seen Play Vinyl? Yes. There were all these different wacky formats for video and stuff like that. Back in the 80s and into the 90s, where they were using wax to, basically distribute movies. So there were a bunch of different systems in between. So it really was, how do we take the manufacturing systems that we already have in place and could just leverage them to do this stuff? And it was video on wax LPs. Crazy.
That sounds amazing.
It does sound amazing.
I gotta look into that.
Yeah. There was one last one about that before I show this. One last thing is on the Professional Doppelgamers podcast, was talking with Larry about a song called 308.1, and it was done by the Information Society. Okay. So for those of you that don't know, 308.1 was the baud rate of a modem. It was the the bit checking, like all these different parameters that you would use for a dial-up modem. And the song was just a bunch of screeching sounds. But what you did was, if you had it hooked to your computer, you would take the phone off the coupler and you would hold it to the speaker. And as it's playing, it would print out like the history of the Information Society on your screen. Nice. So good, right? Now you have to do a 300 baud because anything faster, it would never be able to work. But oh my goodness, I love those things, right? All right. So Mark is interested in the new Pixel phone and the new 4, but has no reason yet to upgrade.
But that might not stop me, but we'll see.
I would expect nothing less. All right. I'm going to share one more pro tip here for our listeners, our friends in the community here. So there was a series of games that came out by Sega. Oh, no, I didn't want that one. What did I want? I wanted, that's because I didn't assign a button to this, because I thought I was going to be alone here today, but I'm not. I'm here with my buddy Mark.
Hello.
So there was a series of games that Sega did called the Sega Classics collection, I think is what it was. And let me make sure we are grabbing the right one. I probably have to screen share this again because it timed out after an hour of waiting. It's good. Like, why did you ask to?
Why you waste my time?
Yeah, why'd you waste my time, dummy? Okay, so so here we go. So these Sega games, you could download the full versions of them, and the way it worked was you got a chance to play the game, and it would run commercials like. Or ads before you started the game or at the end of a level or something like that. And then you could also like pay the $2 to unlock and get save states and everything else. And unfortunately, Sega did away with the collection. However, if you did download those free games, they've basically unlocked all of them. So you still get to go ahead and play. So here are...
Oh yeah.
I just love that. And I've got this little tiny microcontroller here that gets green screened out every time I use it.
Whoa.
And it is
Wow.
it's the Sega CD version of Sonic, and you can go through and play. Let me see if I can. We'll start that game. And Palm Tree Panic.
Oh.
So there we go. And so, yeah. So now you can, if you had them already downloaded, if you already had them downloaded, you can just go ahead and play all these classic Sega games for free. Whereas before it cost you for all of those things, you no longer have to do that. Yeah, this is the original Run to the Right game.
Oh, man. Now I want to go play.
Right? Look how good. Yeah, and if I'm just going to keep holding. Let's see if we can do it. I'm going to keep holding down to the right and see if I can just get. Oh, yeah. Okay. No. Okay, let me see. Come on, jump. There we go. Oh, now we move to the future in this stuff. But yeah, it's really, really cool that you can now do all this. And one of the other things that they also have the ability to do is
the streaming system is choking.
What's that?
The streaming system is choking.
Oh, it is on YouTube?
It's hilarious. Yeah. Like
I mean, on LinkedIn?
All blurry. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one that I'm seeing.
Oh, no. On your side, because it comes due to lower bit rate, it's going to look that way. On the live stream, it's perfectly fine. On the live stream, it's perfectly fine. Here's the other cool thing that they had in the, with the games too, which I thought was really cool, was, let's go with this classic, the Altered Beast. One of the cool things that let you do was this. Let's see. There it is. Sega Forever was the collection. So we'll start a single player game, and then you go ahead and start your game, and we'll go ahead and select that. And Rise from your grave, right? Okay, yeah. So let's see. Come on. All right. So now you're playing your game.
It was so mind-blowing at the time. I still remember.
Oh, yeah. With the voices and everything else?
Yeah. And the sprites were so big compared to...
Exactly. Yeah. But then you can save your game as you go ahead and play. But then what you could do is say, oh, wait a minute. I messed up there. Let me rewind 15 seconds. And it lets you rewind.
That's really cool.
Isn't that awesome?
Good idea. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so that is my last pro tip for everybody today. If you got the Sega Forever games, you can now go ahead and they're unlocked and you can just play them forever now without any ads and all the features unlocked. So thank you, Sega, for doing that. Yeah.
Super cool. I love that. So that's what you're playing? Is that what you're
well,
playing
let's see. Well, it's always great to be able to jump in and play this quickly. I'm still playing Donkey Kong Bonanza. I was also playing, hey, it's time. Oh yeah, Matt on the chat says there, rise from your grave. Yes, exactly. Exactly. And Ryan Hunt, of course, at the power up there. So I've been playing, let's move one of my kids back to college. So we did that early in the week, which was amazing. And, just so happy for him and everything. And what am I playing? Still, again, Donkey Kong Bonanza. And I'm still playing West of Loathing, which is hilarious.
So good.
I started jumping back into Balatro again.
My wife's playing Balatro like crazy.
It is. I'm telling you, you can make a horror movie out of that game. Like, right? Like somebody needs to write a horror movie about
Maybe a
this
Black Mirror episode.
Yeah, with all of these Joker cards that start appearing in your life and like doing things to you.
Great idea.
Right?
Super good idea. Quick, call it Hollywood. Quick.
That's right. That's right. Get me Hollywood on the phone. Is this Kevin Hollywood? Fantastic. Have I got a pitch for you? How about you? Have you been playing anything, Mark?
Gosh, I haven't been. You know what? I've been traveling back and forth to my parents' house over and over and over and over. But the good news about that is I've had a lot of time to listen to the Fourth Curtain podcast, which I love. That's mostly what I've been listening to. You know, the AIS podcast is really good too, but lately I've been listening to a lot of Fourth Curtain. So
yeah, Alex Seropian. And I forget the other gentleman that does the podcast with him, but I had the good fortune of interviewing Alex on my series, the Game Industry Legends one, which was great.
Yeah.
And he's just such a lovely guy. And in fact, after that, we also did a sit-down fireside chat at GDC last year together.
Oh, nice.
Completely packed room. And the poor guy, again, just so gracious with this time. As we were leaving, it was like just a throng of people, like,
oh, good.
You know, walking down the hall. They're asking him questions and everything else, and he was just amazing, just really amazing. So I love Alex. He's just
that's great.
You know, an awesome leader there, and a phenomenal podcast. Yeah, the Fourth Curtain. Definitely go ahead and check it out. I know they post here on LinkedIn all the time, but
yeah.
But that's
good.
it.
That's it. That's what I'm up to. Yep.
All right. Well, very good. Yeah. Well, that was a little chaotic, a little more retro than we normally do. But yeah, so we're going to be back again, of course, next week, and hopefully we'll have the whole crew together. And we were fortunate enough to have Richard Brown last week join us, and we want to go ahead and continue to get more guests on and more voices from the industry. So if there's anybody that you want to go ahead and see join us, please let us know. But yeah, I think that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for today, buddy.
Awesome.
All righty.
See you as always.
Everybody, thank you so much for your time today. Thank you for spending some of your Friday with us. Remember, we're out here every Friday at 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 Pacific. Let your friends know. Get more people in to join the live stream. And for all the fun, thanks for spending time with us. Have a great rest of your day and an awesome weekend. And we will see you next week. Thanks, gang. Bye.
Bye.